7 months old. Yeah. But she has been pretty humble. I don't know who gave these notes, but it's too short. I know too many things that you can do.
She did, so you can introduce her and then we'll talk.
Yeah, I need to talk to Matish to get the approval. First is Sadhana. She is 8th grader and goes to Wildwood Middle School. Outside of the school, Sadhana enjoys playing violin and Indian classical dance, Bharatanatyam. I know her. Can I speak about you? Sadhana is really, more than anything, she's an excellent devotee, as so many other students I've seen. And she's very respectful, truly respectful. And she has really grown, and it's very happy to see her. Give her a speech, so I don't want to take your time slot. Sadhana, please be on the stage.
Sairam, my humble pranams to the Divine Lotus feet. When Monica Auntie emailed me earlier last month asking me to be this month's student speaker, I actually had no idea on what I was going to say, though I've been going to SSE for such a long time and have learned so much. When I took the time to reflect on what I have learned, I realized SSE is always being applied to my life in many ways. For instance, recently at school, we were assigned to write an essay about how we were able to personally connect to a book we read and the impact it's had on our lives. The book I did my essay on was a memoir autobiography called The Warrior's Heart by Eric Greitens. Eric Greitens was a simple St. Louis boy who grew up to become a Navy SEAL. He was the epitome of a true hero through serving individuals, the community, and the world. The essence of him writing this book was to show that anyone could be a hero, not through the size of their strength, but through their ability to use their strength for a good purpose. For example, Eric created an organization to help wounded and disabled veterans realize their lives still had meaning, because many of them felt their lives had lost its purpose after losing their ability to serve their country. However, Eric used his talents in the military field to not just welcome wounded and disabled veterans with charity, but with the challenge that they must find a new way to contribute to the society, adding the sense of meaning back into their lives. Eric became a hero to these veterans because he showed those veterans who thought that they would never be able to serve again that they really could. When Eric served those veterans, they became inspired and went on to serve others. SSC has also taught me this in a similar essence. When I was younger, I thought serving someone meant you had to do something big, like go serve at an orphanage, for it to be called service. I used to think of the analogy that to serve, to become someone's hero, you had to have mental and physical strength, like a brave knight from one of those fairy tales who could slay a dragon. However, I learned that service comes in all shapes and sizes, and that the true essence of service is to show compassion, to place a smile on someone's face. Also from SSE, I learned that to be someone's hero, you do not need to change the world, but rather make a difference through changing the world of one person. When we put an effort to make a difference in one person's life, they become inspired and go on to make a difference in others. Because once we spread this love, it keeps spreading. Just like Swami says, love spreads from the family to the community, from the community to the nation, and from the nation to the world. I was able to apply what I had learned when all the Group 3 children last year had the opportunity to serve at the soup kitchen. When we served the food to those who came there, we smiled and talked to them, showing them that there are people who care about you. It was when they smiled back that I truly realized anyone could be a hero just by making another person smile. Because a true hero isn't measured by the size of their strength, but by the size of their heart. I recently read a story relating to this. There was a man who was driving his car and noticed an old lady on the side of the road, stranded, helpless, because her tire had gone flat. The man smiled and went over to her. The old lady was worried because he did not look safe since he looked so poor and shabby. He saw that she looked tense and said, "I'm here to help you. Don't worry, my name is Brian Anderson." While changing her tire, he got really dirty and his hands hurt. When he was done, the old lady asked, "How much should I pay you for your service?" He said, "If you really want to pay me, the next time you see someone who needs help, give the person the needed assistance and think of me." The same evening, the lady stopped at a small cafe which was very dingy. She then saw a waitress who seemed very poor. She was also pregnant. When the old lady finished her meal, she paid with a $100 bill and left 4 more $100 bills under the napkin. When the waitress found it, she also found a note saying, "You don't owe me anything. Somebody once helped me just like how I'm helping you. If you really want to pay me back, do not let this chain of love end with you." When the waitress came home, she was wondering how the old lady could have known her family was in need of this money, especially since they were about to have a baby and they were going through a tough time. She knew that her husband was worried about how he was going to financially support his family since he worked at a low-paying job. She told her husband, "Now everything will be all right. I love you, Brian Anderson." Brian Anderson was the poor waitress's husband, the same man who had helped the old lady. The story comes to show that once we spread the kindness, it keeps spreading and will eventually end back with us. In SSE, we've currently been learning about sealing on desires. Through these lessons, I've learned to differentiate between my wants and my needs. For example, over winter break, my mom and I went shopping. I had always wanted one of those Vera Bradley bags because every other girl had one. And also they were on sale, so my mom said she'd get one for me. But we were actually about to pay for it when I asked myself, do I really need this? And the answer was no. So I went to put it back. Swami says everything which is pretty and worldly can be transformed in course of time into something sacred and divine. Such a transformation is necessary for man. Swami says that sealing on desires is the key process of this transformation. From our classes in SSE, I have learned that sealing on desires on food can allow us to lead healthier and happier lifestyles. When we lead a healthier life, we give God a better place to reside at the temple of our heart. Also, I learned that sealing on desires on money and time can help us have more self-control. And sealing on desires on energy helps us save resources, making the world a better place. Finally, I would like to come to the conclusion by asking the question if anyone has ever asked themselves, who am I? Has anyone asked themselves that question? In class, we recently asked ourselves this question. It was then that I truly realized that I am not sadhana, but I am a life force with the Spirit of God inside of me. Swami explains this in the beautiful quote, "The eyes are yours, the sight is mine. Ears are yours, sound is mine. Hands are yours, work is mine. Feet are yours, path is mine. Heart is yours, breath is mine. Life is yours, dreams are mine. Mind is yours, the thoughts are mine. Efforts are yours, but the results are mine. Like the shadow, so is the light. You and I are one and the same." I would like to take this time to thank my SSE teachers for teaching me and giving me the opportunity to reflect on what I have learned. Because if I hadn't had to give this speech today, I wouldn't have taken the time to sit and think about what SSE has taught me and the impact it's had on my life. Thank you, and Sai Ram.
Awesome. I don't know where to start or where to end to highlight your speech, but definitely one thing struck my thought was service and the kindness is going to be always contagious. It's going to spread. Okay, I got inspired through so many people. I never thought that I could do certain services, but people, even at the old age, they do that. So sometimes, it's perfectly brought out. Thank you very much for the speech. Still, the puzzle is still alive. So did you guys crack the nut? What is it?
No.
Then can I just say part 2? It is Jayant. Okay, Jayant is going to be speaking. Jayant, you can be on the stage. Even I don't know much about you, but I'm going to learn through this